welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the tiny office.
Thank you. I like this. Tiny plants.
We got everything, man. We got tiny markers. We got
tiny markers.
My tiny microphone is what I don't have, Sophia.
Oh, I love that little microphone.
Yeah, we need the tiny microphone, please. Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome back. We are here at the tiny office, UFC 299 this time, and today we got a special guest. This man has a very, very impressive body of work. You may have seen him in movies like The Watchmen, Lakeview Terrace, The Conjuring, every single one of the Insidious chapters, and yeah, recently made his directional debut.
Yes.
And listen, MMA fan, director, actor, Patrick Wilson, my man.
Thank you, thank you. I love your mic. Thank you very much.
The tiny mic. Welcome to the tiny office.
Thank you, man. This is great. I like a tiny office.
Hey, thank you for coming by.
My pleasure.
So here what we do at the tiny office, right?
Mm-hmm.
We break down fights. We're gonna talk about 2 fights for UFC 299.
Gotcha.
The main event and the co-main event. The people don't know, what they don't know is that you're a massive MMA fan.
Like, why is this guy here? No, huge MMA fan, huge UFC fan for a long time, since the days of Spike. Been to a handful of cards where we met.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've loved the sport, have for a long time, so happy to dig in.
Nice, nice, nice. I know you're a huge fan of Volkanovski.
I am.
We watched Volkanovski.
I was.
We spoke about Volkanovski.
I'm a huge fan of any old guy. As a resident old guy, I'm a huge fan.
Hey, yes. You don't look that old though. To tell you the truth, he doesn't look that old.
It's the lighting. It's the fluorescent lighting. So, huge fan of Volkanovski. Yes, yes.
Yeah, he had a good performance. It didn't go his way. You know what I mean? But Topuria, man. Let's talk a little bit about Topuria.
That guy is for real. You know,
he is.
That is. Everybody knew he was a hard hitter, good boxer, but the way that he called his shot against Volk is kind of crazy. I mean, you know, even if they thought he'd win, he was like, I don't know if you're gonna do it in round 1, dude. It is Volkanovski, but that was. It's interesting because he's got that right blend of confidence and showmanship, but that dude is for real.
Yes.
That is a real problem for that division. Who do you think could, I mean, we were talking before, but who gives him a run? See how Max does it?
Man, I don't think anyone beats him but Max.
Yeah.
I think Max beats him. It's crazy. I think that he beats Volk, obviously.
Yeah.
Volk beats Max.
Yeah.
And Max beats him. 3 times. And I think that's the trifecta right there of those 3 guys to run that division.
Yeah. You think Volk still sticks around for a long time?
I do.
Yeah.
And, you know, contrary to popular belief, a lot of people say, you know, because he lost and he came back too soon. I disagree.
Yeah.
I think that he needs some time off now, but I do think that Volk is still Volk. It doesn't matter about his age or anything. I think he's still that guy.
Yeah.
I think he just ran into a young bull.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think, I like interviewing you about this, because I'm so curious, because I never get to talk to actual fighters. This is the dream for me. Do you think Max gets past Gaethje?
That's another thing.
I know we're not supposed to talk about that.
All right, is that on UFC 299? Is that on
no,
UFC that's 300.
It's on 300. That's 300.
That's 300.
That's
right.
the
we may have to revisit that.
On 300.
We have to revisit that. But anyway, we're here for 299.
Yes, we are. Okay.
We're here for 299. So an amazing fight: Sean O'Malley versus Chito Vera.
Oh man,
man,
I know.
That's a tough one. Please break it down. And give me your pick.
Break it down.
Yes,
I gotta go first.
Yes, you go first.
Man.
And give me your pick.
Okay, I say this as a guy who has no idea what he's talking about, other than being a giant fan. I know that Sean wants it back. Doesn't like the way the first one ended. I'm a Chito fan. I love Chito, and to be totally blunt, when you meet a fighter, you know, like I met Chito, love the guy, so I'm like, I gotta pull for him. Nothing against O'Malley. Just never met the guy, so it's strictly on who I like. I like that he fights. Typically, I feel like even though he's probably 5'8", 5'9", I feel like he fights real long.
For sure.
Right? But you're going up against a guy that is like tree limbs, so I feel like that's negated. I don't know. I think can he weather the storm of this? You know, is he going to get knocked out? That's my thing. I don't know. On the ground, who does that go to?
On the ground, it goes to Chito, in my opinion.
Yeah. So can he close the distance? Not unlike your fight, right?
Yes.
Can he, same type of thing. You stay out of his range, you stay at his foot range, that's a real problem for anybody.
For sure.
But right, if you can close that and get him to the ground, like Ortega did, TC.
Easier
correct?
day in the office. For
Yes, for sure. In a tiny office. In a tiny octagon. They're not the Apex though, right?
The Apex is kind of like a
I was
tiny
gonna say
office.
the Apex is a tiny office for
We're
you
gonna
guys.
call the Apex the tiny office. But
Yeah.
my pick is gonna be Sean O'Malley. I gotta go again.
Yeah,
I gotta go against
know.
it, right? But listen, I do love Cheeto Vera as well. I do think that if Cheeto Vera can close the distance,
Yeah.
like Patrick said, and get the fight to the ground, I do think that he has an advantage there.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the stand-up, man, we've seen Sean O'Malley, man, and a lot of people, I feel like, don't give this kid enough credit. Sean O'Malley is very talented, man. He's highly, highly skilled.
Yeah.
And he has such good range management and such good distance control and angles that he can create to put himself in position to do damage.
Yeah.
And that's very underrated. That's a lot to be said about that footwork. And we also saw that Cheeto Vera struggled with someone that had good footwork in Corey Sandhagen.
Right.
So the footwork is a big theme. If he can get over that hump of the footwork of Sean O'Malley, then I think he gets it done.
Does Cheeto just come out like calf kicking like anything to kind of stop him?
I don't think he should revisit that.
Yeah,
I think he got one. He got away with that. He got one.
He got it once.
I think let's be mean. Let's be nasty. Let's go forward. Work behind that jab. Hit bombs. Get a hold of him. Get him down to the ground. And I think that's his path to victory.
Yes. See, you sell it like that. I feel like I got more confidence. Yeah. I'm pulling for Cheeto.
All right. So.
But I got you. Nothing against Sean O'Malley.
Going for Cheeto. RudeBoy's pick. I'm going for Sean O'Malley.
Right.
Next fight, who we got? We got
Poirier and
oh my God, paid in full.
I know.
Paid in full.
I know.
What a good guy. Who doesn't love Dustin Poirier?
I love the guy. I've loved his career. I love watching him. I seen him fight. Well, we saw Benoit fight as well. So, man, I know. Again, again, being the resident old guy, I always pull for the guys who have either been around, tasted like the top, and then are still kind of hanging around 2 and 3. And it's like, are they going to become closer to like Michael Chandler, where they're just really looking for like great fights, and you're kind of wondering, does he still have it to stay at the top of these divisions? And that's the thing with you guys, it's like the top of this. You guys are just a bunch of killers. Every one of these, I don't know. I mean, I'd take one hit, I'd be just sleeping. So I should preface that with everything. Any judgment I have on any fighter, it's ridiculous. Because literally one shot,
It doesn't matter. Listen, you're here with me in the tiny office.
Okay.
I got your back, bro. I got your back. It don't matter.
Good. That's why I befriended you. You're a very tall man. No, I love Dustin, but man, when we saw Benoit, that guy hits. That's a hard hitter.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
that's
he's
a
a
hard
trumper.
hitter. That's a very strong, angry person.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. And his durability.
Yeah.
His durability is insane. Again, with these picks, man, I love Dustin Poirier. I'm a huge Dustin Poirier fan. For me, watching Dustin Poirier coming up, and just in the trajectory of my career and how my career has been, Dustin Poirier is like the model guy that I look to and I draw inspiration from, because he's been knocked down time and time again in the early career, but he refused to stay down. He showed up every single time and gave 100%, because it's easy to show up when you lose a couple times. You're like, all right, I guess I'm not that guy. And you just go through the motions.
You see it in his like pregame. You always I love watching him right as they announce his name. He's got such drive. Yeah, it is. It's a belief. It's probably where he came from, how he grew up, all those stories that we hear. I don't know the guy. I have always loved watching him fight, even through all the Conor madness. I always felt like he was just dead set on his job. That's why I just can't count against the guy. I can't.
I agree.
I can't.
I agree. I agree 100%. And then with all that being said, I have to pick Saint-Denis.
Oh, wow.
Here's why.
By knockout?
I can't pick the method.
Yeah.
That's tough. I can't pick the method. But what I can say is, it's hard. I love Dustin Poirier, and it's hard to go against him because of all those things. And for me, it's just style versus style. You look at Saint-Denis. Saint-Denis is younger.
Yeah.
He's newer in the game, fresher.
Yeah.
Extremely durable, and just very good on the ground. And on the ground is where we see Dustin Poirier kind of struggle a little bit, right? And when you look at a guy like Saint-Denis, he's an expert on the ground.
Is he?
Yes, and he can take down. He's durable. Whereas Dustin Poirier, he's been at the top for a long time. The guy's been kind of just, he's had money for a while. You know, it's comfortable. He came.
You think money changes you?
Inadvertently, maybe sometimes not willingly, but I think it does.
Yeah.
You know, and when you're, especially in this game, when you need that drive, you need that hunger, you need.
Yeah.
It needs to be. You need to be more than just a competitor.
Yeah.
And if you're not a martial artist,
Yeah.
it's a very different thing. And what I see in Dustin Poirier, I don't think he's a martial artist. I think he's a dog. I think he's a competitor. I think he's one of the best competitors out there. He believes in himself. But when you're a martial artist, I think you're chasing perfection in the craft.
Yeah.
So I think you can maintain a little longer.
There is some with Saint-Denis, like I hadn't seen him fight live until the MSG, but like that's a bad man coming towards you. I mean, that's like, you know, I wasn't, it's so weird, like I wasn't as close when I saw Dustin fight, but you know, there are a couple guys that stuck out to me that night, him and it's also Pajeda, right? That just when they stand there, there's a look and there's an energy that seems different than the other fighter, and that guy has that
for sure.
Right?
For
Before
sure.
and after the fight.
Yeah.
Like there was something, it was cool. It was like 300. Yeah.
Man, with a guy like that, he made his debut at 170, upper weight class.
Yeah.
And he took so much damage, man, but he was still there, and he showed his heart. He got to really show his heart. There was no quit in him.
Yep.
Now, I don't think Dustin Poirier has the same amount of power that welterweight had. You know, that was hitting him constantly with bombs over and over from the being there. So that's why I'm going against. I'm going against Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, yeah. Yeah, you're right. No, yeah.
So who's your pick? What have you said? Who's your pick?
I was hoping you would cut off before that. I think just for the sake of argument, no, I think I'm gonna go Dustin. I got you. I got you because I don't disagree with anything you said. I just, you know, it's like we text like I will always pull for Arlovsky. It's like that kind of like I will pull for Dustin every fight. So
makes sense.
By the way, I'm not putting any money on these, so this is me talking.
It's all good. It's all good. Listen, I told you, make your pick, bro. Stand behind your pick. I got back.
You. All right. Okay. Yeah. If he can weather him, I think that's it. I think if he can, God, that's really tough. I've never had to do this. With anyone watching. No, I'm gonna.
You can also plead the fifth and say you're not sure. Let's see.
No, but that's got a chicken. But I think Dustin finds a way.
Dustin.
I do.
Patrick thinks Dustin will find a way.
Come on,
Great
brother.
pick. Boy's pick will be Saint-Denis to get it done. All right. And one more thing. All right, it's quick. Well, actually, a few more things I wanted to ask you.
No, go.
Getting ready for Aquaman. All right.
Yes.
What was it like? What was the workouts like? Because a lot of y'all don't know. I mean, this dude is jacked low key, right? Low key, you're kind of jacked.
Not right now. On the first film, I didn't know if I had to be shirtless, and it's obviously we're in a business where what do you look like? So it's you know, no one's going, but he's really strong, even though he's got a terrible looking body. Like, we need to look good, right? That's our game. So when you do those movies, even though like you're shooting like something like Aquaman 2, where I knew what James, the director, wanted. Like we were going to do like a VFX in the beginning, so put my face on a really skinny guy in the beginning of the movie, if you've seen the movie. And then I would come out of the water and be, you know, and look like water has got me jacked, right? So that's about 5 months of shooting. So for me, it becomes like it ends up being a whole year of Aquaman, because I was doing 4 or 5 times a week with my trainer who used to be I used to do CrossFit. I was a CrossFit guy. Kind of like you guys cutting weight, only not as extreme, because we're not being weighed, but we knew we needed to look a certain way. So then it becomes, okay, I've got this on Monday, and then it's what are you doing on that weekend, losing the water weight to get down to being, shredded, I guess, but not super shredded.
Well, if you haven't seen the guy in Lakeview Terrace and in Aquaman 2, you look pretty jacked to me. So I'm like, all right, you're obviously putting in the work.
You gotta, like whether it's your career, my career, it's all very similar. I've got friends of mine that are professional athletes, and it's like it's a very similar. Like how much do you take your craft seriously? You're gonna put in the work. Like,
for sure.
I gotta put in my work. You gotta. And it means not taking another job. Like I said for Aquaman, I could have done a movie in the spring and shot Aquaman in the summer, but then I'm not gonna look what I wanted to look like for Aquaman. So it's like, I won't take that. Just work out. You know what I mean? So.
All right, nice. Now, Another question that I wanted to ask you is, who do you think would win in a fight between Aquaman or just anyone that you've played?
Oh, in my guys?
Yeah.
Orm in Aquaman, he's a superhero, like supervillain really. So he's Atlantean. He's my guy in Watchmen was closer to like Batman. So he's like a real guy. So I'm gonna go with the guy with superpowers. Yeah.
Even on land?
That's a good point.
Because Orm was a little dried out when he didn't have any water for a little bit. Orm was looking a little.
He could wait him out. That's true. If Dan Dreiber, Watchmen, could starve him, could keep all his liquids away, he's got a shot.
Oh man! If you were an MMA fighter, what would your nickname be? What would you want your nickname to be?
Oh God. Probably something stupid. I would not try to be cool because I would fail. I always loved, I was like into wrestling as a kid. I loved Macho Man, but I loved his brother.
Wait, who's
I know. I'm gonna get real deep into like some WWF shit here. So Randy Poffo was Randy Savage, right? So his brother was Lanny Poffo, who also went by the Scholar.
Scholar.
And he was not as big as Lanny, as Randy. He was just like
he had glasses?
Basically. He had like a graduation hat. I mean, it was ridiculous. And then that was when he was a Scholar, then he was leaping Lanny Poffo. I probably did something like that. Even though I'm not a dad bod, something like maybe the father.
The father?
It's kind of dumb. My kids would be like, "You're such an idiot." Unless it was like we were on the same car, then it'd be like Pretty Boy. It'd be like Rude Boy. It'd be like Pretty Boy.
True.
Yeah.
True.
The father. I think it'd be the father.
Oh man.
But not Daddy. That's a whole other thing. It's a whole other thing.
Shoot. I got a surprise for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
What's the surprise?
We actually have one of your co-stars. You know, they're gonna surprise you here. It was actually kind of tough to get them here, right? But we got them here, and now they're here to surprise you, and they're gonna join us. There we are.
That's funny.
Annabelle. Miss Annabelle says she's gonna join us.
She's so pretty.
She's so pretty.
So lifelike.
I mean,
Actually, she fits this size of this office.
She does fit this perfectly. I mean,
this is good.
Do you miss her? Did you miss her?
No. We are gonna do a fourth. We're gonna do a fourth film.
Oh yeah?
Yep. We're gonna shoot it this summer.
Oh, fire.
So
fire.
yeah, it's really good. It's the
Annabelle,
first time I've talked about it. So.
She might have been breaking
news. The real Annabelle is a Raggedy Ann doll.
Yes, that's what Sophia told me.
Yeah.
You know, she did mention that, but I felt like, you know, we wanted to bring out the latest and greatest.
This old lady, I see her all the time. She bought me a pool and a nice house. No, I'm kidding.
Hey, I tell you what, this movie honestly was probably for me, it was probably one of the most creepiest. You know, it was kind of like, I mean, you've done so many great movies, Conjuring, Insidious, but something about a doll. It's just something about a doll that is just wreaking havoc is kind of fucked up.
No, he listen, James Wan, when because this was like his design, he knew, because he did Saw, and he saw how people responded to Jigsaw, to the little guy on the tricycle, right? And it's like, you always need a toy.
Yeah.
So that's why he wanted to center it around. We got to rethink this doll, because a Raggedy Ann doll is not very scary at all. Nor could you probably get the rights to a Raggedy Ann doll.
True.
So then, he came up with this creepy looking thing, and you know, here we are. Many years later, 12 years later. Woo! Long time
surprise
ago.
on the tiny desk.
Thank you.
Who'd have thought? Oh man.
Can I take her?
Oh, absolutely. Sure. Absolutely.
I don't need her.
I got one more thing for you.
Hit it.
I keep saying one more thing. Everything is one more thing. Right? Typically, when we have a guest on, we give a Jamaican proverb. Right?
Oh.
So it's up to you if you want to say a Jamaican proverb or not.
Give me a Jamaican proverb. Give me
a Jamaican proverb is, I think it's fitting because this one, duppy means ghost.
Duppy?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So, duppy no oo for frighten.
Duppy no oo for fratting?
Damn, that was nice. That was good. That was good.
I like it.
Duppy no oo for frighten, right?
No oo for the fratting.
Duppy no oo for frighten.
Duppy no oo for frighten?
Frighten, right?
Just like frighten?
Yeah,
like
frighten. So what that means is, typically,
I like that.
Ghosts only scare people who believes in ghosts.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what that means. Dopey no for frightened.
Dopey knows for frightened.
And there it is. Tiny Office, UFC 299 with Patrick Wilson. Much love. Peace.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
fun.
you so much.
Super
I
fun.
appreciate it.